What's up, guys? It's Jimmy with Hifly Fitness. I'm going to be doing some bench pressing, as you see here. I'm working with Izzy from Powerlifting to Win for my programming. I caddy 4 hours a day, 6 days a week. So it's very important. It was very important to him that I included auto-regulation and incorporated it into my programming. I do the competition bench once a week, coupled with a touch and go bench on the Thursday, which is the next upper body workout of the week. And then I do my competition squat, which is a high bar squat, or more of a hybrid squat, and then the sumo deadlift for my competition deadlift. I do each once per week. Today's workout was really interesting. I miscalculated my top set of my bench press. I did one heavy, put some emphasis on the heavy. It really wasn't that heavy. I did a set of 235, or a set of 3 for 235 pounds, and it turned out that it really wasn't a set of 3 because it was supposed to be an RPE 9, and once I dropped 5%, I was able to get about 4 sets of 225, and none of them felt above an RPE 7. So, on my last set, I ended up benching more than my max set. I did a set of 3 for 245. As you'll see here, this was more like an RPE 9, which is what I was supposed to be working towards on 225, but it would have taken, 8 sets of 225, so I figured it would make sense to bump right up to 245. It was technically a rep PR. I've never done this much weight for more than 1 rep. At my first meet, I did 235 and 260 for a single, but I've never done anything heavier than 235 for a set of 5. So technically 245 is a good solid PR for me. And then I coupled this with three or 4 sets of shoulder press. I think it was three sets. My shoulders are probably the biggest weak point in my body. They're small and weak. I only did 3 sets of. Actually, I really think I did 3 sets of 55 pounds. I didn't necessarily follow the program here because they didn't have all the weights I wanted. I wanted to go up to a 60-pound rep or a set of 5, but they didn't have the 60-pounder, so I just stuck with 3 sets of 55 pounds, and I kept the RPE around 8, and then the last set was about an RPE 9. Izzy is a very intelligent man when it comes to programming. I've been following his channel now for the past month or so, ever since it started, and he truly knows his shit. It was only a few weeks ago that I was struggling to get in a set of 215 for a set of 3, and now I'm doing 245 for sets of 3 on the bench press. So the upper body programming is my favorite, really. I'm able to show off some of the guns, which I don't really mind, or I don't really work for, but it's kind of just a side effect of training for 3.5 years. You actually get some size on you. So auto-regulation is a really interesting concept, and it's very new to me. Basically, you have to learn to regulate every single set, so you're conscious about every rep. Because if you're trying to go for an RPE 9, you really want your last rep to feel like you can only do one more, which is really hard to do when you're doing singles and triples and doubles. So recording yourself really does help to see how you're feeling. When you know you're only supposed to have 1 rep left in the tank, sometimes if you are feeling lazy, or the placebo effect is pretty strong. So if you think you're only supposed to get 1 rep left at the end of the set, you might just force yourself to believe it. But the videos can really help you to decide if you truly could have only gotten 1 more rep. One way to determine this is if the bar path starts slowing down. Well, it's only going to start slowing down if you're really getting fatigued. So for on the bench press, if you are at the bottom and it's really slow on the way to the top, is most likely you're not going to be able to get another rep. I mean, most lifters, if they're struggling with the bar path at all, well then the chances that they're going to get another rep isn't likely. So that's a really good way to at least determine if you're going to get a 9.5 RPE or a 10, a lot of times 9. And like I said, you got to go by feel, and then the videos are also going to help. Something that I'm really trying to implement right now is consistency. Consistency with my setup, my approach to the bar, where I'm placing my hands, where I'm placing my feet, how much tension I'm putting in my quads, how much tension I'm putting into my traps, especially on the bench press. This is going to really help me prevent injury, because when you're changing all the variables on your competition lifts, you're changing the variables. The variables are going to determine whether or not you hit a 5-pound PR or you fail, because that small change in the lift can really affect your strength and your ability to work. So if you can minimize the variables that are going into all of your lifts, you're going to increase the consistency and the progress, hopefully. If you look at Johnny Candido, you'll see that the reason that he got third in IPF World is because he figures out what his weaknesses are, and then he immediately fixes them, and he's consistent with his programming and training. He doesn't switch up his training every time some new article comes out that if you do super slow eccentric holds that you're going to gain 20 extra pounds of muscle. That's just not what winners do. As a beginner athlete, you want to have the edge, and so every time some article comes out saying that this program is going to give you the best results in the quickest amount of time, you're going to probably fall for it. But you know, the best people, it doesn't really matter what the program is, they just stick with it and see what happens till the end. So I'm going to let this video finish up here, ending up with some face pull accessory work. And I also did some hammer curls to help reduce the tendonitis I've been having. It really hasn't been very bad recently, which attributes to my success today on the bench press. If you guys found any of this informative or have any questions concerning training or nutrition, my programming, or would like some help with programming, just let me know in the comment section below. I'll be having daily videos up for you guys, so I hope you look out for them. Thanks for watching. Peace.